Just as she was dialing, an ambulance arrived with sirens blaring. Claudine whirled around and her breath caught as she watched the woman being rushed into the hospital. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on other exciting stories like this one. Enjoy! Claudine was a long-time nurse, a woman with a heart of gold who had dedicated her life to caring for others. Mother of 3 children, Matt, Juliet, and Leon, she lived a simple life, but full of love and dedication. Christmas had always been a special time for her, an occasion to be with family and celebrate love and sharing. This year, however, her hopes of spending Christmas Eve with her family were dashed when the hospital director told her she would have to work the night shift on December 24th. The hospital had been severely understaffed due to an unexpected flu outbreak, leaving many of the regular staff unable to work. Claudine had no choice but to accept, although with a heavy heart. She had already prepared every detail for the Christmas dinner, bought gifts, and decorated the house. But now she had to put everything aside to dedicate herself to the little patients in the pediatric ward. Despite her regret, Claudine prepared herself for a quiet night, surrounded by patients and the hum of medical equipment instead of the laughter and warmth of home. As she walked through the dimly lit corridors of the hospital, she reminded herself that her presence could make a difference for those spending the holidays in pain and isolation. A few days before Christmas Eve, the woman was busy with a frantic Christmas shopping spree. She was wandering through the crowded shop windows, looking for the perfect gifts for her 3 children and her husband. The streets were a riot of lights and people, but Claudine, with the determination of a treasure hunter, moved nimbly through the crowd. It was in one of those moments that she noticed a young, pregnant woman, Emma, who seemed to be in difficulty. Emma was leaning against a wall, pale and visibly weak. Claudine, driven by her nursing instincts, approached her with kindness and concern. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. The girl explained that she felt weak due to a drop in blood pressure. Claudine guided her to a quiet corner of the store, offered her some water, and took care of her until she recovered. The 2 women began to talk and discovered that they had a lot in common, despite their very different lives. They shared stories of their families, dreams they had once pursued, and the challenges they had faced along the way. As the conversation deepened, a sense of connection grew between them as if they had known each other for years. Emma told her that she had recently moved to the city and that her husband, Tyler, was traveling a lot for work. They shared laughs and stories as they continued their Christmas shopping, but eventually, in the crowded store, they parted ways without exchanging phone numbers. Claudine went home feeling regretful, wishing she could continue their new friendship. Christmas Eve came quickly. The woman got ready to work, wearing her uniform with a heavy heart. She greeted her family with a long and affectionate hug, trying to hide the sadness of not being able to be with them that evening. At the hospital, the night was strangely quiet. The pediatric ward was wrapped in an unusual silence. During a break, Claudine decided to call home to make sure everything was okay. She went outside, where the ambulances usually parked, and picked up the phone. As she was about to make the call, an ambulance came speeding by. The girl turned around, and her heart stopped when she saw Emma being rushed into the hospital. The young nurse rushed to the paramedics to find out what had happened. They explained that Emma had been involved in a serious car accident on her way to the airport to meet Tyler, who was returning from a trip. Emma was in critical condition and needed an emergency delivery. The woman followed with her heart in her throat as she was wheeled into the operating room. The newborn was born amidst chaos and worry, but miraculously healthy. She took the little one in her arms, trying to offer him all the warmth and love he needed in those first moments of life. The Christmas night that the caring young nurse had feared would be lonely and sad turned into a mission of love and dedication. The baby's crying was constant and desperate, different from that of other babies. Claudine knew that the little one missed his mother. She then remembered something Emma had told her in the store. She always sang an old lullaby to her baby when he was upset. Claudine gently began to sing that same song to the little one. Little by little, the crying stopped, and the child calmed down, as if he recognized that reassuring melody. If you like the story, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Claudine spent the rest of the night with her newborn, caring for him with a dedication that went beyond her professional calling. In the morning, she received the news that Emma had woken up. The baby's father, Tyler, had finally arrived at the hospital after desperately searching for his wife all night. When she entered Emma's room, she found a touching scene. The family finally reunited. Emma, with tears streaming down her face, thanked the nurse for taking care of her baby. This time, the two women exchanged phone numbers, promising to stay in touch. After an intense night full of emotions, she left the hospital that morning with a light heart. She knew she had made a difference on a special night. She returned home to find her family ready to celebrate Christmas together. With a warm hug, her children welcomed her, and one of them said enthusiastically, "Mom, put on your new dress and let's celebrate Christmas together." That special morning, the woman and her family gathered around the table, sharing the true spirit of Christmas. The night in the hospital had strengthened the girls' belief in the true meaning of this holiday: giving, sharing, and being there for others, even at the cost of sacrificing special personal moments.